Alright guys, welcome back to another video. I'm your host, D Rhino or Dr. Hino for 19, whichever one you prefer. And I'm coming back to you with another Founding in the Comics article by Jacob Smith. I'm late to this one, but here's the headline. Disneyland removes Walt Disney's Pro-America welcome speech from 67th anniversary celebration. Oh boy. You know what, man? All I gotta say is that you already know. Those who've been paying attention for a good while already know. But let me check something first, guys.
Oh shit, here we go again.
I love those little things. But let's get into it. No company has done more to tarnish the legacy of its founder than the Walt Disney Company, and this week the multinational corporation took a step further. Disneyland parks have removed the founder's opening day speech from the birthday celebration of Disneyland. Disneyland recently celebrated the 67th anniversary of the park's opening date in 1955. Noticeably missing, however, was the speech that the founder Walt Disney made, which is viewed as pro-American in its messaging. This is someone on Twitter by Orange Girl 55. Why did Disneyland cut Walt Disney's opening day speech from today's anniversary celebration? And there's 35 replies, but I'm not going to read all that. The quote that was removed was Walt saying the following: "To all who come to this happy place, welcome. Disneyland is your land. Here, age relives fond memories of the past, and here youth may savor the challenge and promise of the future. Disneyland is dedicated to the ideals, the dreams, and the hard facts that have created America, with the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world." Last year, it was rumored by insiders that the Walt Disney Company would be slowly phasing out its founder from their history, with the belief that they would attack him as racist. Yeah, not surprised. I mean, this is Disney. This is modern Disney. They don't really have a brain. As Disney scooper WDW Pro explained last year, I'm sorry guys, I messed that one up. There's a concerted effort brewing, and that effort is to besmirch the man who founded the company, silly him enough, cover the deceased genius with enough filth, and you can justify shuffling off his legacy down the road. It won't be this year. It probably won't be next year. But what's got to go to get into China truly? And at the end of the day, that's all it is. Chinese money. And I mean, they have a, their their population far exceeds ours. And I think India is second to them. I could be wrong, but either it's India that's first or it's China that's first. But that's a lot of people just in a nation, really. That truly shows you where these no good businessmen would try to make their money, really, and just try to cater to things. Well, I wouldn't say it's a bad business for them, but you know what I mean. It's these people who take away, who censor stuff, or try to appeal more to another audience than where they're based or located and where they originate from. Truly absurd. Walt Disney has been a major sore spot historically for progressives, given Walt's staunch anti-communist views during the 1930s and 1940s. Walt Disney vocally opposed communism and was a leading figure that prompted an investigation of communist agitators in Hollywood during the labor dispute in 1941. Yeah, that's another thing. You know, people, communism. I want to appeal to the communists. Honestly, it's just, I don't want to get started. Walt founded the Motion Picture Alliance for the Preservation of American Ideals and testified before the House Un-American Activities Committee in 1947, where he gave the FBI names of individuals in Hollywood he believed to be communists. Walt Disney attempted to create a blacklist in Hollywood to keep communists out of the entertainment industry, and as a result, communist unions and newspapers smeared Walt as a fascist and a Nazi sympathizer. Ooh, wow. Really? This was way back? This was happening way back? Whoa, I didn't even know that. My. How things don't change through the years.
What the hell is this?
Despite Walt lampooning Nazis and Hitler for years during World War II, progressives in Hollywood have spent years propping up this narrative against Walt for decades after his death. Progressives who were sympathetic to communist and Marxist ideals have worked for decades to tarnish and remove Walt's legacy from his own company. Yeah, of course, that's how they want to do. That's how these parasites want to do. I mean, that's their tactic, really. As the great Bubblehead Johnson has said, subvert expectations. Earlier this year, during a virtual staff meeting among Disney employees and executives, executive producer Latoya Revenue and president of Disney General Entertainment Content Carrie Burke and others admitted to having a not-so-secret agenda to push gay and queer content and programs targeted to children. Yeah, just like the whole thing in Florida with the Don't Say Gay bill, even though it's not even called Don't Say Gay, and these people haven't really read it, obviously. But you know, that's why we need to combat Disney and all these other companies by making better content, by appealing to Americans who don't hate America, and just making just great stories, just great material. Respect the customer and all that. In a video of the meeting that was obtained by journalist Christopher Rufo, Burke spoke on how important it was for her to have many LGBTQIA Jesus Christ, this is way too long, characters in our stories. As a mother of transgender and pansexual children, no, absolutely not. And here's a tweet by Christopher F. Ruffle. Scoop. Disney corporate president Carrie Burke says, oh, yeah, okay, alright. I'm not gonna repeat that, that's already basically the same thing. A Disney production coordinator identified as Alan March, who says he worked on Disney's Moon Girl series, also revealed Disney has actually created a tracker in order to determine whether or not the company is creating enough LGBTQ plus characters. That's like communism shit. It really is. Look at the social credit score over in China, and look over here. I mean, it's basically here, to be honest. It's just not. They're not calling it a social credit score. They're calling it something else, man. Always trying to keep a constant eye on what you do. Man. March said, "I've had the privilege of working with the Moon Girl team for the last 2 years. They've been really open to exploring queer stories. I'm on the production side. Part of the work that I feel like I can put in is making sure that we take place in modern day New York, so making sure that that's an accurate reflection of New York. So I put together a tracker of our background characters to make sure that we have the full breadth of expression." We got into a very similar conversation, Carrie, of like, oh, all of our gender non-conforming characters are in the background. What the? Don't cuss. Oh my god. cannot believe we're in competition with these fools. Latoya Revenue, who is an executive producer for Disney television animation, revealed how she has turned the studio into her own personal platform that's another one. Yep. That's not surprising. Again, Parasites. I heard things like, they won't let you show this in a Disney show, and I'm like, okay, so I was a little like sus when, what the fuck? Oh, I cussed, damn it. Who talks like this? They really talk like this in a professional setting? And this is who? This is who again? An executive producer. Wow. So I was a little like sus when I started, but then my experience was bafflingly the opposite of what I had heard. What I have heard, she continued. She would later add, maybe it was that way in the past, but I guess something must have happened in the last. They are turning it around. They're going hard, and then like all that momentum that I felt, that sense of I don't have to be afraid to have, let's have these two characters kiss in the background. I was just wherever I could, just basically adding queerness to the, if you see anything queer in the show, no one would stop me, and no one was trying to stop me.
What the hell is this?
Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Wow. This just doesn't feel real, man. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, and now I see what she looks like. Oh yeah, of course. So that's the end of the article. Guys, what do you think about this? You already know my thoughts. My thoughts is that Disney is just a downward spiral, and they're going hard. They're going further and further down. The fact that they are tarnishing the legacy of a man who basically created their jobs even after death. You would think that they would have a bit more respect for the guy, but obviously, this is modern Hollywood, modern entertainment, where you can't talk bad about. You could not even talk bad, where you could just criticize. You can't criticize of certain things, and they will try to shut you up and shut other people up by threats and if just oh wow, this feels like this shouldn't even be happening. Like, this shouldn't even be a reality. Wow. I've never been a big Disney guy, but this kind of makes me like Walt Disney a little bit. Just the fact that and of course, I don't forget the history between with the McCarthyism and all that. Was he alive during McCarthyism? Was McCarthyism in the beginnings of 1940? Was it in the 1940s or 1950s? I can't remember. But I'm not sure how that whole thing went about with Walt Disney and giving a list of names of people who he suspected could be communist sympathizers. But I do agree that pro-American and really just making sure that people, gatekeeping certain type of people out, because they're going to be, they're going to ruin things, and it has nothing to do with race or gender or anything like that, man. It's just, you just know that these type of people are going to be destructive with your stuff. And now that they've basically taken over, and they're It's like, come on, the guy doesn't even have a way to even defend himself because he's already dead. He's been dead for however long. What the hell? All this for the Chinese money, huh? And they're failing at that front. Let's be honest. Live by the woke sword, die by the woke sword, I guess. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.